Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Thursday in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side gig. Welcome. I'm sorry it's super late. I haven't done a live this. I used to go live really late, and I've kind of scaled it back. So it kind of feels strange now to go late. So welcome nonetheless. If you're up and you're joining me, you are a trooper. Welcome. I got a good one for you tonight. This is a interesting subject, actually, or topic. The difference between pain and sensitivity. Sometimes you feel like the other person may be too sensitive, or they may have a right to feel the way they feel based on what you have done or said, right? So, for example, what has been said or done, the first thing is you got to measure it, right? I mean, if you lose $1, it's not the same as you losing $10,000, right? So the size in this case is relevant, right? You got to know, hey, well, this is how much did this weigh, right? How much did this pain weigh? Was it a dollar that I lost, or was it $10,000 that I lost? Because it's not the same thing, right? The weight is very different. Jenny, I can't believe you are up. You are definitely a trooper. Thank you for being up and joining. Welcome. Good to see you. So yeah, the first thing you want to do with the pain versus sensitivity is you want to measure it. You want to have an understanding of how much it weighs to you, right? Does it, like I said, if you lose $1, it certainly is not the same as you losing $10,000. It doesn't matter where you are financially. It's just not the same, right? I appreciate you. So it's just not the same. And then there are times where we have created mental wells for ourselves. What does that mean? Is that we got this hole, right, that we have a rug over. But just because the rug is over that hole doesn't mean there is no hole. You walk over that rug in the area where there's a hole, you're going to go down. It's that simple, right? So just because you got a rug over that hole, it doesn't mean that, you can just walk over it. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means is this. If I come in and take my finger and poke you in the eye, that's going to hurt. I get it. You have the right to say, ouch, right? It hurts, right? But if I take my finger and poke you at the palm of your hand and you say, ouch, the same way you did with your eye, and if there's no wound or there's no, scars or anything, and I touch that and you go, ouch, that's no longer pain. That's being sensitive. That's having that mental well covered with the carpet, right? If I'm going to touch you on your shoulder and you go, ouch, painful, same way I poke you in the eye, then that's sensitivity. That's no longer pain. See, if you walk around and you treat your entire body like an eyeball, then no matter what people say, no matter what people do, everything and anything is going to be what? Painful to you. It's going to hurt bad. You're going to get offended. You're going to get, ugh, right? Why? Because your entire body is transformed into an eyeball. You're just a walking magnet to be poked and to experience pain. And you set that up for yourself, right? So the first thing is you got to measure it. Don't exaggerate it. If somebody pokes you right here, it's not an ouch, right? Somebody pokes you in the eye, that's an ouch, right? So be careful when you are distinguishing and treating pain and sensitivity in others, because you can say something and somebody can say, ouch, that really hurt, but you really didn't go to the eyeball. You really went here. And that at that point, you may want to recognize that, hey, this person is more sensitive than anything else. They have more eyeballs on them than anybody else. It's more than two. Like, I got to be careful going here and going here and going here and going here, because they're just, thank you, Jenny. Thank you. So it'd be like, I have to be careful. It's like you got to walk on eggshells almost to talk to some people, right? Especially these days. It's like you got to be careful. Why? Because everybody, not everybody, but these folks are just transforming their whole entire body into like eyeballs. It's like, it's not that bad. That wasn't a poke in the eye. It's okay. Maybe it was a poke in the cheek. Maybe it hurt, but it wasn't like, you know? So it varies. And here's the other thing. It's not just about the other person. Guess what? You, yourself, check yourself and check to see, hey, am I being sensitive at everything anybody says? Am I just reacting versus responding? Do I have more reactions out of me than responses? Do I just flip at everything? If that's the case, then you got more eyeballs to you than you have skin, right? So check yourself and check to see, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, or check yourself. Hey, you know what? I got to reevaluate. I got to maybe put a tougher skin on. I got to not be so sensitive to things. You know, I got to tell you, when I started doing Facebook Lives about 4.5 years ago, this was not part of the plan. Thank you, Jenny, for the stars. But I'll wrap it up with this. 4.5 years ago when I started, it just sounds strange that I'm saying that. 4.5 years ago when I started doing lives, I didn't have to be as careful to what I say as I am today. And imagine how things are going to be in 4.5 years from today. You know, people are getting more and more sensitive than anything else. And I truly believe, like, they don't even know why. It's just because all the stuff that's happening around the world, it just naturally makes people more sensitive. And we just got to be more conscious of that, you know. And I tend to, like I've said before, I tend to really try hard to catch myself with the other person. Ooh, okay. Felt like I poked the eye. I got to back off, right? And at times you got to do that. You got to recognize the moment. You got to understand the situation. And hey, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying that's what you got to do. Work in progress right here, right? So at that moment, you make an evaluation. So, you know what, it's time for me to back off or explain or, you know, reorganize or do what you have to do. So when it comes to pain and sensitivity, there is a difference between the two. Do not confuse the two. Do not confuse the two. So hopefully you guys get some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. If you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love. Tag a couple people to this. Share it on your wall. And yeah, with that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.